Hi, friends. Well, thanks for joining my channel, Medusa Gnostics. And today, what I wanted to talk about was my experiences working with Azazel and how working with Azazel has helped me, what I've learned from him. So, okay, let's just go ahead and get straight to it. So, a few months back, I was part of an online community which focused on the left-hand path, obviously. And when I was part of that group, there was a couple of people within the group who were already working with Azazel, and so that was really seeing how he interacted with them really was my introduction to working with Azazel. And one of the things that Azazel, or a message that Azazel gave me through the person who Azazel is their patron, was to harden my heart. And in connecting with him directly, one of the things that a message Azazel told me was to trust no one. So, when you hear harden your heart and to trust no one, well, for me, because of my nature, I always want to help people if I can, or pass on knowledge that I might have that could possibly help them to figure out, some of the things that they may be going through. But after receiving those messages from Azazel, I proceeded to go through some different scenarios where I had to harden my heart, because while I may have good intentions, the people that I interact with don't necessarily have to have good intentions. And the people who I interact with, while I may be telling them the truth, there is nothing that guarantees that what they tell me, the advice they give me, their guidance towards me is coming from a good place. So what do I mean from this? Basically, what I mean is, now, I'm not speaking for everyone. I'm pretty sure that this is not the experience of everyone. But here recently, what I've come to discover is that while others who may be more adept in working, with the goetic spirits, or, channeling angels, or, just working with demons and deity in general, their guidance that they have for you may be skewed to favor them and not necessarily favor you. So, one of the things that I've come to learn is that in dealing with people, you really need to use your discernment, and you really need to be able to see the bigger picture, because even though they may not give you the full scoop on what is happening around you and to you, and maybe sometimes even because of you, you should be able to take a step back and just observe what's happening around you. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to find out the truth. The truth will be revealed to you. And the person that you thought that you could trust, the people that you thought were in your corner, you might find, I don't want to say that you will, because that's not always the case, but in some cases, sometimes it is the case where they are more stroking their own egos than they are guiding you and helping you along your path, and just because I come into contact with you and I tell you, oh yeah, you're really good at this, and you really know what you're doing, and you have a really good head on your shoulders, and your magic is just off the hook, off the chain, right? Just because I say that doesn't necessarily mean those words are the truth. It doesn't necessarily mean that I even believe anything that I'm saying. What it does mean, or what it could potentially mean, is that I am stroking your ego so that you can do what it is I want you to do. It's called manipulation. And because of scenarios that Azazel put in place for me to see and to go through very directly, now when I interact with demons or deities or whatever, and even people, when I interact with people, I don't always believe what they tell me. I'm not always so quick to trust when you come to me and you say A, B, C, and D, because what is your angle? Why are you telling me this? Why do you want me to believe the things that you want me to believe? Is it because this is a true experience for you and you actually believe the things that you're telling me? Or is it that you have some overinflated ego and you are trying to get me to do the things that you want me to do that benefit you and do not benefit me necessarily? And when it comes to dealing with people in the occult community, you really have to have your guard up, because especially on the left-hand path, egos are so overinflated. It's no joke, and what we forget is that we're all trying to ascend. We're all walking a path, and oftentimes that path is a solitary path. However, just because it's a solitary path doesn't mean that you might not have information that I could use, but you have to be careful who you approach, because some people take the teachings of, say, Lucifer, or the teachings of Belial, or the teachings of Azazel, and they distort it into something that is so far away from the true purpose of the teaching, and it becomes self-serving, and it only serves one person, and it's them. So not everybody has your back. Not everybody is going to tell you the truth, especially when it comes to occult practices, because let's face it, everything about this is subjective. Nothing about this is objective. So it's based on your internal experiences with these demons, with the deities, with the elementals, or with whatever it is that you're working with. You have to be able to discern whether or not what you are experiencing is actually happening, or if this is some type of illusion or delusion that you've created for yourself. So a lot of times, or me personally, when I reached out to other people, it wasn't necessarily because I doubted my own abilities. It's because getting someone else's opinion, and trust me, that's what it always is. It's their opinion. It's not a fact, So what you experience, what happens to you personally. I can't tell you whether or not your experience with Azazel was true or not. Only you can really decipher that. However, what you can do is you can reach out to other people to get a different perspective. And then you can use their perspective so that you could see a broader image of what's actually happening. And eventually, you will get your download and you will get your psychic knowing that, yes, I experienced this with Azazel. This is what Azazel was trying to teach me. And this is how I will be able to apply it into my occult life and life in general. Because let's face it, we live in a horrible world. Bad things happen to good people all the time. So yeah, what I really want to do is give Azazel my appreciation for the lessons that he has taught me, for the experiences he has brought my way, and for the continued guidance he continues to give me. I will forever be grateful, not only for my interactions with Azazel, but also for my interactions with those people who work with Azazel, because for better or for worse, I did learn a lot from them. And I will always be grateful for my experiences with them because they made me stronger. They make every experience I have helps me to grow a little bit more each day. So this is just to give public thanks to Azazel for everything he's taught me. And hopefully I'll have more interesting videos soon. And, I would love to hear about your experiences. What is it Azazel taught you? What experiences or scenarios, strings, if you will, has Azazel pulled to give you those hard lessons, those real life lessons? Go ahead and post it in the comments. And again, thank you for stopping by my channel, and dark blessings.